Good news, everyone! Today we are at Rainbow Springs State Park, which was declared a natural landmark in 1972. Stay tuned to the end of the video to get a wonderful surprise of raw footage of one of the waterfalls, complete with its amazing sounds. Before the springs became a state park, it was a phosphate mine in the 1890s. Phosphate is an important mineral used to fertilize crops and in animal feed, food preservatives, cosmetics, and other industries. The phosphate in the springs was said to be among the purest in the world. The first waterfalls we come upon is called Seminole Falls. The waterfalls in the park came to be as a byproduct of the phosphate mines. The miners dug pits to locate and remove phosphate, and the soil was left in its place, which was perfect for making man-made waterfalls by the spring by its next owner. The water is extraordinarily clear, offering a window into diverse aquatic habitat. The flow of the springs is the fourth highest among all the springs in Florida. The clear blue waters of Rainbow Springs have attracted humans and wildlife for a very long time. Artifacts like pottery and tools have shown that Native Americans begun to visit the springs over 10,000 years ago. Mastodons and mammoth fossils have also been found here. The water that bubbles up from the spring comes from a 770 square mile area. Rainwater travels down through layers of soil and rock. This process filters the water before it travels through underground caves and surfaces at the springs. The spring flows into the spring run, also called Rainbow River. The average depth of the natural swimming area runs from 5 to 18 feet, and the water temperature averages 72 degrees year-round. Underwater, swimmers and snorkelers can see turtles, fishes, a forest of aquatic grasses that provide food and habitat for many of the creatures that live there. The second waterfall we arrive at is called Rainbow Falls. To me, this is the nicest looking falls in the park. The owner set the springs up as a tourist attraction. He used the tropical image to attract tourists to his jungle oasis. Directly opposite of Rainbow Falls is another waterfall. I did not see a name on this waterfall, but the pathway up to the waterfall crisscrosses over a little stream which comes from the falls. It is a very nice waterfall for pictures because you are able to get up close to it. The attractions operated until the mid-1970s and was closed when Interstate 75 was built through Ocala and bypassed the park. Also, the attraction lost visitors due to competition from other theme parks, such as Walt Disney World. Duke enjoyed his time at the park and made a few friends. It's always great to have a park that is dog friendly so you can take your best friend with you. Duke always enjoys meeting new dogs. Past the waterfalls, we arrive at the remains of an aviary and animal cages, which all date from the 1960s, Florida's golden age of tourism. To me, this area was very unique, and it shows a little history of the park. I'm glad the area has been preserved, so you can imagine how the zoo was when it was in operation. And in the zoo area, we stumbled upon a geocache. I was not even looking for it, and I've always thought of getting into geocaching as a hobby to pass the time on the road, and also to see interesting sights. This is my first geocache find, so of course I signed the log and explored the box of trinkets that were left behind. If I do take up geocaching as a hobby, I'll need to bring some stuff to leave behind. A little after the zoo, we arrive at the Butterfly Gardens. In 1990, the springs were acquired by the state of Florida and is now operated by the Florida Park Service, which protects the park's natural, national, and cultural resources. In early spring, the entire Head Springs area bursts into pinks, purples, and whites with its famous azalea blooms. The Butterfly Gardens is currently under renovations, but I hope to return to see the beautiful blooms. Further past the Butterfly Gardens are the nature trails, which invite hikers to meander into the park's natural areas. We did not go very far into the nature trails and turned back to have a nice lunch. Remember, life is short. Take more detours. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And as always, thanks for watching.